Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, Make It Make, where I always try to encourage you. If you can't get it to make, then make it make. So I guess I'm gonna start doing some coffee time, opening up your mail and letting you know what I'm doing for devotions lately and how it's encouraged me, in the hopes that it would encourage you as well. I don't know, if this will be boring to you all, but I don't know, I figured why not give it a chance. All right, so I want to tell you that your letters are, I am so thankful for them. I do try to write back. Sometimes I do get a little overwhelmed, depending on how many I get. And I'm sorry that if you've received a letter from me, if I wasn't more talkative, more elaborate. I struggle with writing. Sometimes when I'm writing you, I will start it and then crumble up the piece of paper and just think, oh, that's just not good enough. Plus, I'm still dealing with my insecurities of my past, of just not having like the best education. And I'm sure you see that sometimes in my videos with, I don't know, maybe the way I talk, or maybe that's just me overthinking it. But either way, I'm trying to write you back. But if I start getting like a lot of mail, I'm not going to be able to have time to do that. But in the meantime, I do have the time. And these are just some of the most beautiful letters, postcards. But I wanted to show you guys something, or show you something. I'm trying not to say guys. Trying to get better at speaking. Have you ever heard of the Toastmasters? Well, I was a part of that group. It helps you with like public speaking and talking. And one of the things that they really specialize in is when you speak in front of a group, those filler words like ums, uhs, or words that you say often. And I say guys often. And I almost hate to tell you that because now you're going to pick it up, but I'm going to do my best not to say that filler word anymore. Because I mean, I feel like it helps make you better and you're never above learning. So I want to show you what I received in the mail from 2 viewers. And oh, I just thought it was the dearest thing ever. Okay, so I received this envelope. And let's read the note. All right, let me get my readers on. Okay, dear Mrs. Make It Make, I have gotten so much joy from your Amish canning series and the Weavertown cookbook I purchased at your recommendation that I thought it only fair I share some of my resources with you. A gift for a gift, if you will. Please feel free to share these recipes with whomever will appreciate it. Most especially, dear Susie. Keep your chin up and remember that only fools think that there is only one way to do a thing right. With gratitude, Carolyn. Thank you, Carolyn. I love receiving letters like that because it just sort of reiterates what I'm doing on the channel. It just makes me so happy. There's nothing more rewarding in terms of, you know, work, that knowing that you're impacting people in a positive way. And I love that. I love that I'm able to work from home, do what I love, but I love that people are being reached in a positive way. That is the most fulfilling. So let's see, let me show you what she sent. Guys, you were getting me raw here. This is what I look like in the morning. Look at these readers. This is real life. We don't got the hair and makeup, I'm telling you. Okay, back to what she sent. The Way to a Man's Heart, the Settlement Cookbook. So she made a copy, hopefully you could see that here, of this cookbook for me. Wasn't that sweet? And the thing about this cookbook is that there's a lot of old-fashioned ways. So we've got canning fruits and vegetables, the general rules, okay? There's this whole section on open kettle method. Let me see if I could, because if you guys want to screenshot this, you can, or I can make a community post about it. I just think it's so neat how people used to do things, you know, back in the day. Oven canning. There's a whole section on oven canning. See those? I think those are peaches in the oven. I think they are. Cold pack method, non-acid foods. I don't know what they are. It's just saying, oh, fruits and tomatoes can easily be processed in the oven. How about that? And, you know, one of the things I wanted to say is just because, you know, some of us are doing these methods that we feel comfortable with in our own homes, doesn't mean that we're disregarding the whole cleanliness of canning. You know, I always tell people, take pride in your work. Take pride when you're canning. Make sure those glasses are nice and clean. Your work area is clean. Your lids and jars. I mean, just that everything is, you know, just nice and clean. I guess there's really no other way to say it. You know, we're not just being, you know, disregarding things and just like throwing foods in jars and just being like blah. You know, respect the timing. Make sure that you're sticking to your times. You're not cutting corners with that, even though people think that we're cutting corners already. It's not like that. We're still doing things that we believe in. How should I say it? I wonder if I'm even making sense. I'm going to keep this here because I want you to see how my mind works while I make videos. I guess all in all, what I'm trying to say is just because we're canning an old-fashioned way doesn't mean that we're just like, oh, what is the word? Lord, give me the word, please. Blasé. That's the word. Doesn't mean that we're blasé about cleanliness and all that other in our times. Okay, so keep going in this book. Non-acid vegetable canning. There's stuff like that on here. A vegetable canning chart. I mean, it's a really neat book. And then I think it's kind of cute how they have provisions for 40 people. Basically, you know, how to serve 40 people and what those servings would look like. So that cookbook is called the Settlement Cookbook. Now, I did look at it online. I don't have a link for you all because I was just like, well, I think some of these cookbooks, I think some of them have been revised. I didn't look into it too much. You know, I just didn't. Okay, so I don't have like a link for you. And plus, honest, if I'm being really honest, I think you're better off trying to find it somewhere else. Like a link on Amazon. You know how some of these books are you either cannot find them or they're like $40 a book. So that is ridiculous. Okay, so the next person is Ben. Okay, I'm not going to say his last name in respect, but a letter, and let's read it. Very short and very sweet and to the point. It says, young lady, I found these at a garage sale and decided to send you one. It is a World War II era and has notes on a victory garden. Hope you enjoy this book, as do your videos and your insight. With respect and admiration, Ben. Thank you so much, Ben, for sending this to me. I think it's so dear that he said with respect and admiration my heart, because I feel just so undeserving of those words, you know. Okay, so let me tell you what he sent me, and let me just say, for me, when I got this, I was like, I couldn't believe it. All right. her home canning book. Now, you can actually purchase this book but this is an original. The book that you can purchase, I literally have it right there. But I'm too lazy to get it. I'll put the link down for it if you really want it. I have it. I think it's worth it. I absolutely think it's worth getting. But this here, this is an original. And the book that you can purchase is just a reprint of the original, but it's not like in color, and it's obviously not the original. So being able to see this and have it, because I've tried looking for this and I could not find it at all. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. And I do recommend getting this book. I mean, just seeing it in color, guys. This was a wonderful gift. And it gives you the charts. Let me find it here. It gives you the chart of foods via water bath and pressure canner. Okay. Again, you can buy this book. And the reason why you can buy this book in print is because it's basically considered a historical reference. And there's a lot of people out there who feel that it's really important that these things, or that these types of books and methods can still be published because it's a historical reference. However, for people like me, I would definitely consider doing I already have done these methods. Okay, so there we go. So thank you so much for this. All right, so I guess the other thing I wanted to tell you real quick, since now we could focus on some coffee time, is what I've really been focusing on, the verse that I've been focusing on, because, I mean, I've had a lot on my mind lately, and I think it's just being content in the circumstances that I'm in right now and just being okay that God knows what's best. I think that's a really hard place to be in sometimes. You know, there's certain things that your heart desires. There's a certain place that I would like to be in my life, and it's just not happening in my timing. And I am human, so, you know, sometimes I ask God, like, why? It's been forever. What else is it that you possibly want me to learn? Or sometimes I'm like, I think I get the point. You know, like, I understand now, so what is the holdup? And I'm thinking also, how much more patience could you possibly have me learn? I'm just being real with how I think sometimes. And I realize that, you know, it could be incredibly frustrating. And sometimes there are moments where I will be okay with everything, but then I will have something trigger that, and then it just sort of opens up everything inside of me. And then I have to readdress everything all over again. So I've really been reading Psalms 23, and let me read that to you. And yeah, let's just read it. It says, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me to the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. They prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. The reason why I love this verse, this is kind of like, I think like the New King James Version of it. I read the New Living Translation. Is because I feel like this verse sort of covers everything, especially when it's like, the Lord is my shepherd. I literally will envision the Lord being my shepherd, that he is guiding me, that he knows what's best for me, and that I shall not want, because I know that he's going to provide all my needs, and he always has, and I've never gone without. Now, when I say that he's always provided my needs, it's not always in the way that I feel like they should have been provided. There was a level of humility I had to overcome as I was receiving the Lord's provision. This was a long time ago, but even still now it applies. He makes me lie down in green pastures. I really, again, envision this in my head where the Lord is just like, lie down, be at peace. I will take care of everything. He leads me beside still waters. You know how comforting it is to lay in the grass and just hear like a small babbling brook, and just the comfort in that and the peace that you get with that. I really have just lived on the first 3 verses of the Psalms 23 chapter, because I really need that. I need peace in my life. Not like that I have this chaos just within my soul, just to know that I'm not where I feel like I should be with some things, and there's certain things that I desire so badly for change, like just for change. But I have to trust in the Lord. I can't I know what it's like to move upon my own ambition, and I've learned my lesson with that. It's never good, because the end results, it's just way worse. So I've learned to be patient and wait on the Lord, but I shouldn't say that I've learned to be patient. I've learned to accept that God's way is better, but it's still hard because we're human and we live here on this earth, and it is just not easy. So, but we have to believe that the Word of God is living and active, and we have to be in the Word. So I encourage you to find a verse that comforts you and really challenges you to trust in the Lord, because my goodness, what else do we have? And he will give you that peace. And I just keep repeating it in my head over and over. So that's what I've been doing with I guess I don't need these anymore, with my Bible reading time with the Lord, and I hope that encourages you. So I hope you all are doing well, and I guess that's it for this video. Yeah, I guess that's it. So I will talk to you all later, and as always, take care and God bless.